Canoe tripping always ends up being about more than the adventure itself. Some people make it about the distance, the scenery, or maybe the destination. This trip ended up being about something else entirely. It was about connection, about brotherhood, silence, laughter, and triumph. We paddled a 170-kilometer stretch of the South Saskatchewan River, carving its way through both prairie and coulee. Formed where the Bow and the Old Man Rivers meet, it flows over 1,300 kilometers towards Lake Winnipeg. It has carried Indigenous peoples, traders, and settlers for generations. And for 7 days, it carried us too. We put it in upstream from the city of Medicine Hat, a place we had all grown up in. As we made our way through the heart of downtown, Dad began to share stories. He talked about his childhood and pointed out places we'd never looked twice at. And you could tell he was going back in time.
That's on First Street, Alice. That's First Street. That's one of the oldest streets in Medicine Hat.
It was strange in the best way. We had spent decades living along this river, seeing it from bridges, parks, and roadways, but never like this. From the water, the city felt new. Familiar, but different. Once we got beyond the city limits, everything changed. The landmarks we'd known vanished. It was all unrecognizable. I think all of us could agree about this. We had lived our whole lives beside this river, owed so much to it, and yet we were just now getting to know it. There's something hopeful about the start of a long journey. You know there's so much ahead, so many bends in the river you just haven't seen yet. That sense of unknown keeps your spirits high. It keeps you moving forward. This day felt personal. I spent a lot of time talking with my dad. Some of it was simple, just observations about what we were seeing, but some of it went deeper. Questions I had never asked him before. You learn a lot about someone when you share a boat with them. You learn their rhythms, their patience, their silences. But paddling with your dad, that's a different kind of learning. Growing up, you don't always see your parents, not fully. You're too young to understand or too caught up in your own world to notice. But somewhere in that boat, as the river drifted, I started to see him, not just as my father, but as the man he is. And I think he started to see me that way too. It was one of those mornings where the heat hits you before the sun even starts to clear the horizon. So we made our coffee, packed up, and got on the water early, trying to get a few miles behind us before the sun really started to lean in. And when it didn't hold back. was dry, relentless, no shade, and nowhere to hide. We eventually found a quiet patch of shoreline, a beach, just for us. And that sunset, that was something else. Golden skies, cooler air, and a river that finally let us rest. These aren't California beaches. No boardwalk, no lifeguards, but that's what makes them perfect. It's wild, untouched, and best of all, it's yours. The wind that day was relentless, but from where I was sitting, it provided some entertainment. And then, everything opened up. We came around a bend, and it felt like we had crossed into a new world. Prairies behind us, badlands ahead, and a silence that felt ancient. With canoeing, you don't just move through the landscape. You witness it transform all around you. The wind got stronger, so strong that it started pushing the current backward. The views were definitely worth it, but man, we earned them.
It's been decided that we are not setting up camp here. We're going to continue along.
The canyon narrowed, walls rose higher, and the colors turned surreal, shaped only by time, weather, and whatever magic lives in stone. We spent what felt like forever searching for a place to camp. The sun was slipping low, and we were tired. And then, on the far side of the river, we saw it. The perfect spot. Sheltered, open, and right in the middle of the bend. We couldn't have planned it better if we tried. We didn't move that day. Not forward, anyway. The river kept flowing, but we stayed still. My brother and I disappeared for a while, just like we used to. No plans, little talking, just movement. Just instinct and something that felt familiar.
Oh wow, right?
It was like when we were younger. Same energy, same silence. I think we had once again felt the unspoken rhythm we had as kids. And I was grateful for it. The day started out fine. Bit of wind, bit of rain. We figured if we pushed hard, we'd still hit our quota. We all agreed if it got bad, we'd pull off early. That, unfortunately, didn't take long. This was no regular storm. This was something else. It was like paddling inside of a vacuum. We didn't learn this until after, but apparently multiple tornadoes were touching down nearby.
Yep. There we go. It's gotta be like about 50-kilometer-an-hour winds. Easy.
The sky looked like it had folded in on itself, and for a while, all we could do was wait. A little behind schedule, but the wind had vanished. We'd made it, the final stretch. Just 30 kilometers left, and one last day on the water. There's always a strange feeling near the end of a trip like this. Part of you craves a hot shower, a soft bed, something clean. But another part of you starts grieving it before it's even over. Because a journey like this becomes part of you, and leaving it behind always feels harder than you'd expect. I guess that's why I keep going back.